So I wanted to take a minute to talk about our All About Me challenge. And this is to encourage people to use some of their forever storage and preserve some items about your own life. Because I think if we look back on our parents and our grandparents' life, we would really like to know some basic information about some of our ancestors and other family members. And if they're already gone and we can't ask them, it would be nice to have them. So kind of getting started on getting some things in your forever permanent storage account, I decided to start with this challenge. So we've already had all of the prompts go through May and June. And so you still have some time to put some things in your account, but I wanted to take a moment tonight to share some examples. I've had a few questions about what can I put, what can I do, what can I use? So I wanted to show some of those tonight. So I'm in my forever storage account. So in this first prompt, we had 6 questions about your early childhood. And what I recommend is just scan through these and see if there's one of the questions that you would be willing to answer and put in your account. And if you have a photo to go with it, great. If you don't have a photo, I'll show you some other options here. So with this one, with your early childhood, I picked when and where I was born and why I was given my name. So I took a picture here. This is one of my entire family, and I'm the baby down here in the bottom. So I believe this is right after around New Year's, 2 months after I was born. So what I wrote here in the description over on the side was that this was for All About Me prompt 1. And I'm doing that so those of you who are looking at it right now to have some idea of what I did, you can find it. And the image name was already named Hibbett's Family. That was my maiden name. And I say Kari is the baby in the photo. I was born on October 31st, 1966 in Cincinnati, Ohio. And my parents had 2 names selected for me. One was Kari and the other was Samantha. But since I was born on Halloween and the TV show Bewitched, with the main character named Samantha was a witch, it was decided that Kari was a better choice. Also, my dad did not like the nickname of Sam for his daughter. So he felt that the better name was Kari. And I will share at some other time about where they actually got the name Kari, but that's kind of the story of my name. So that's what I wrote here. And when I did this, I used my cell phone. I got into the Forever app. I opened up this photo and I used the talk to text. So I actually clicked on the edit description button. I clicked on the little recorder that was on that when I when you get when you're typing a text to somebody and instead of typing the letters, you can actually press the little microphone button, hold it up to your mouth, talk into your microphone, and it will convert your talk to text. So that's how I did this one. I did this one with that conversion. So I didn't actually have to sit there and type it on my phone, but you can see that there's actually a little typo here. There is a place where there was not a space after something, and now I don't see it. Oh, it was right here after Kari, comma. So I'm going to go ahead and edit that. So that's one example of something you could do. This is the second set of prompts. And again, you really only need to answer one question to participate in the challenge. I answered some questions that were easy for me at the time. So this one was your first elementary school, how long you were there, and how did you get to school? So I took a picture of my elementary school and I wrote in here, this was prompt 2. I attended Hillview Elementary School from kindergarten through grade 6. And when I was in 6th grade, the school caught on fire one night and that was quite a mess. So a couple other facts is I learned how to play the flute in 5th grade and I still play as an adult. I took this photo on a trip back to visit as an adult. So this isn't actually taken when I was there. And I rode a bus to school because we lived too far away. So for prompt 3, another example here, some things about friends and activities. Well, I didn't really have a photo. I didn't have anything else. So what I did was I used the voice recorder on my phone and I recorded my voice. And I took this audio recording of myself talking about my childhood best friend and some of the things that we did. If you go into my account, which I will share the link with people who are on my connection list, you can take a listen to this. So this one I uploaded directly from my phone. Here is the fourth prompt. So childhood memories, favorite things, vacations, things like that. So I'm going to kind of skip over the first one. So my family, when I was little, we were allowed to choose our birthday dinner, and I always chose Kraft macaroni and cheese as one of my things for dinner. I always had Kraft macaroni and cheese, pork chops with compliment sauce, and applesauce. And so I went onto the internet and I grabbed this picture of a box of Kraft macaroni and cheese from the 70s. So it actually is still the same style of type and logo that they had back then. And then I found this little bit of information about compliment cooking sauces that they were introduced in 1969. And the people I've shared this with are like, I don't remember that. Well, it was this can of sauce, and it was like a simmer sauce that they would put in with the meat. And I loved the one for pork chops. I never liked any of the other ones, but this was what I always asked for my birthday. So again, this was a screen grab that I got off of the internet that had the information about it, because it's the only thing I can find about it. There's no pictures of my birthday dinner with this, and I couldn't find a picture of the can. So that was what I did for prompt 4. And prompt 5, I didn't really have a photo that I wanted to talk about or share about and couldn't access. So what I took was what was my greatest fear as a child. And I was terribly afraid of snakes. I still do not like snakes. So I wrote the description about what happened, why I'm afraid of snakes, why I had kind of a visit from a snake in my backyard when I was little. And I wrote it right here on the prompt because I didn't have anything else to do. And I decided, well, this was a good place. So another option is to take a scrapbook page that you've done. And this happened to be a digital scrapbook page. And this one was about an adult relative who had a big influence on my life. This is my sister. And this is my sister and I in all of these pictures, but you can see she's holding me as a baby. So there's a little bit of an age difference, but so I'm counting her as an adult relative who influenced my life. So these are some ideas of things that you can do. If you don't have a picture, it's okay. If you don't have anything at all that you can, pull off, maybe you can find a picture on the internet that you can grab an image of. I was using the snipping tool on my laptop in order to get these. Also, you could use a voice recording. So I did a voice memo. So again, this was not intended to be a huge time sink for you. Hopefully there is at least one question on each of the 5 prompts that will speak to you or say something that maybe you could share. I actually had a fun time doing this, so I'm going to run another challenge. I know there's a few people who are working on theirs, but if you haven't started, it's not too late. And again, don't spend hours finding a photo, making a scrapbook page, doing anything like that. Make this quick and easy. Do something to just get a little bit of information preserved in your forever account about you. So if you have any...
Great, Kari.
Oh, good. I am glad. I was hoping that this might help people, and I will share the link for this album so people can see it. And we'll be wrapping up the challenge on the 15th, so you still have plenty of time. And if you have any questions, be sure to just reach out. So I am going to try to stop the recording.